Number 8 coming at you live.
Yeah.
Baby. All right, so first topic. Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat movie or game? I'm sorry.
No.
All right, MK1. I got to say, man, these fatalities, they're getting like cringe. I'm over here.
Are you serious? Because
Yeah.
they used to be pretty bad in the game.
No. They're really bad now.
How bad?
Like, I'm looking at this and I'm borderline getting like PTSD, man, because it's like, oh my god, like I'm looking at
to it, baby. Tell me what it is.
So
Tell me what's going on.
MK1, that's the new game that's out. It just dropped like last week. And these fatalities, we could look them up if you'd like, man. But I'm telling you, viewer, be warned.
Add some powder to my water.
They are gruesome. They're gruesome. And
Bye-bye. Get to the point. What's so gruesome? What's happening?
well, where do you want me to start, man? I mean,
Dude, tell me a fatality. Tell me what they do. That's what I want to know. You're
not
saying
one I
they're
could
getting
think.
horrible, and you're not telling me
there,
what they
there was,
are.
I saw like a video where it was a compilation of them. So, I mean, I can't really pick one, but
Well, say one.
they're all fucked up. I'll just say, baby. One was like, let me see. A lot of brains. I just remember seeing a lot of brains.
Dude, you can't even tell me what they are.
I can't
You're
tell you.
saying like they're
Dude,
horrible.
I didn't watch it
Are
today.
they that bad? You
I didn't-
can't even describe them.
I try to block it out. That's how bad they are. You know what I mean? I don't want to think about these things.
That Alabama shake.
Alabama, looking at you again. No. That Alabama roll tide.
Yeah,
No.
dude. Describe one. What do they do? Like his.
Well, of course, decapitation, cutting people, sawing people in half.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
that was on
that's
the
right. Okay,
original.
I remember.
That was
now.
on the original game. So
I remember one. So Kung Lao.
Well, what happened?
Kung Lao, he'll come behind these people, right? And he'll have their their arms. He'll grab their arms and put it over his shoulders. So like you're like kind of like sprawled out like that, you know?
Okay, like crucifixion style.
Kind of crucifixion, but he throws his hat up in the air before that, right? And so then he kind of gets underneath the person.
It missed it on the camera. How are they when they do that?
They're like this. They're like, ah.
Okay.
And so he throws up his hat, and then the hat just comes down, and it's just sawing like all the way down. And like I'm just
That's
like,
just retarded.
and I'm just like, bro,
that's stupid.
I guess you don't care if this thing cuts through and gets you back. You know what I mean? Because it could definitely be getting his head and his back and neck and back.
No,
That neck
No, I
and that
haven't.
crack.
no, I haven't seen that one. But I know they're coming out with a movie. Wait, or is that all the commercials are for the game?
They're for the game.
I thought it was for a movie.
No, it might as well be a movie.
Oh.
No, it's a game. And yeah, these fatalities, dude, I feel like they're getting like so good it's bad. Like it's making my stomach.
That's good. That's kind of dumb. Like a hat spinning and it chops you in half.
You
You
gotta
don't think
see
that's
it.
stupid?
You got to see it. I
But
mean, they're getting
it's because
creative.
of the graphics, how
Yes.
realistic it looks.
Yes.
It's non-kid friendly.
It's definitely
Not even
I feel like I'm
adult-friendly,
watching
dude.
I feel like I'm watching a cartel execution.
So do you think there's a point where games can go overboard? It's too gruesome. It's not even fun anymore. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, I feel like it's already getting there.
Yeah,
Mortal
it looks like a
Kombat, but-
cartel video.
Yeah, like it starts making my stomach turn like that, like because I've seen a couple of like gore videos, not by choice. It's kind of surprised on me, and like the feelings that I got from that, I felt pissed off.
Oh, the gore videos?
Yeah, I felt
Dude,
pissed off.
I can't even watch those.
Yeah, I felt pissed off and I felt sick. Like,
Dude, I feel
then
mad
it-
at myself for watching them when I do. Because I'm like, there's horrible things in this world. I don't need to know all about it.
yeah,
Dude, I saw one. It's like a surveillance video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it shows a dude sitting in a booth, and it shows another dude walk up to him and slice his throat. And like, I guess the guy's wife is next to him,
damn.
and he stands up, and there's blood squirting all over the floor. And the
Mm-hmm.
guy starts stumbling, and the guy goes and stabs him in the neck again. And there's so much blood flying all over the floor. And then the wife just keeps sitting in the booth, and she doesn't move. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, was she part of this or something?
she's probably frozen
And then
stiff.
he
like,
kind of, there's somebody sitting like to the side, and the guy with the knife like threatens the guy, like, sit your ass back down. The guy sits
Mm-hmm.
down.
maybe she was in on it.
I don't know. It was in another country. It wasn't in America. And then there's another dude sitting in the booth behind where the guy where he slit his throat. And I accidentally ran across this video. I didn't look it up.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else in it. It was just on, and I couldn't help myself. I hit play, and I wasn't expecting that. Well, anyways, the guy behind him, the guy who just slit his throat, is just calm as can get, standing there with the knife, pointing it at this dude, telling him something, and the dude finally sits back down. And then meanwhile, the guy who the throat is slit, he's standing like off to the side, and then he just stumbles and just falls flat on his face into the blood. And then he kind of like shrieks a little bit and dies. And I was like, dude, I was like, what is wrong with the internet? That like there's people out there, kids like 16, dude, did you see this video? And it's like, it's the most horrible thing. And they're like, kind of like guys, their brain is just, what do you call it? Like numb to porn.
Mm-hmm. Desensitized.
They're desensitized. Mm-hmm. They're becoming desensitized to these gore videos to the point where they can just watch a video eating a bag of chips of like a family in Mexico getting their heads cut off, and they're just like, yeah, that was boring.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, you are disgusting. You're sick in the head.
Yeah.
And I think something wrong with these people that can watch those videos like that. It was horrible. Dude, after I watched that video, I was like, man, I shouldn't have watched that. I was afraid I was going to have nightmares. But I thought about the video for days after, and it was just like, man,
me too, right?
I wish I never would have watched that. That was horrible. Mm-hmm. It's like absolutely horrible. That's one of the worst parts about the internet, in my opinion, is that there are horrible things that happen to people that a lot of them don't deserve it. And it's their last moment on earth, and it's on tape, and there's people all around the world watching it as entertainment.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Kind of like the Romans back in the day with the Colosseum, eh?
Do you think back in the day in Rome that it was that bad? I mean, like that gruesome.
Hell yeah. Dude, they had lions eating people and shit, and these were like slaves. They're like,
so do you think people felt that way in the stands? Like they were like disgusted. They were like, what? They're like covering their kids' eyes, or was it as a society they were more used to it?
I think they were rooting it on, like they were cheering, dude. They had a Coliseum
like
for
chewing on their intestines. Like
bottom line is, they had a Coliseum for this shit, so they wanted it. It was entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, and even
dude, I wonder if they've ever done DNA tests on the dirt to see if there's still like blood in there and bones and all that stuff. Do you think they've ever dug the dirt in the Coliseum to see if they find fragments of body parts and stuff? I've never looked it up and I've never heard of it, but what do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got bones and stuff.
You think they've excavated the ground inside the Coliseum to see what it was?
I think so. I mean, I would imagine so. Why not? It's history. You know, you get to find out who's there.
Yeah.
Or at least
if Elon Musk,
man or woman.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Are you good?
We got a lot of stuff to bullspit about.
But
we literally don't have a list.
Yeah.
I have one more question.
Okay,
I have a tangent question real quick.
Okay.
If Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg would have fought inside the Coliseum, where would the people have sat to watch? Because there's no way they're letting people sit in there fucking in the stands.
You talking about the actual Coliseum?
Yeah, they were going to fight at the actual Coliseum. Rome offered. You didn't know this?
No.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Mark Zuckerberg said he doesn't want to fight Elon Musk. I guess Mark Zuckerberg thinks he's a professional UFC fighter now, or MMA fighter. So he was like, I don't want to fight Elon Musk. It's going to be too easier. Yeah, I guess he's getting a little bit cocky before his first fight, so he wants to fight an actual fighter.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was getting advice like, dude, don't embarrass yourself.
Hey man, he's a robot though. He's not.
Well,
even human.
the Rome offered up the actual Coliseum for them to fight in. So the question is, if they were going to fight there, was there going to be a live audience? And if so, where would they be? Or is it all going to be just filmed and everybody has to watch it on TV? Like, I guess you never even heard of this, but that's what was going to happen.
Well, they would have to pay for the reconstruction if they were gonna have everyone.
That was my question. How are they gonna fight in there if it's all falling apart?
So that's already a no, because if I'm fighting for profit,
a lion out where they bring a lion out where they're fighting, and they're like, surprise, and they're all stuck in there with a lion.
Yeah,
dude, that would be fucked up. They're like, now you guys have to team up and work as a team to kill this lion.
That would literally show how insane they are if they did agree to that. Be like, yeah, we got to pay for it too. Oh yeah, we're fighting. I don't give a shit. Be like, oh damn, you really are out of your mind. Like, you are a robot and you are an alien. Because I think Zuckerberg's a robot and the alien is definitely Elon Musk.
If Trump was in his 40s, do you think he would be down to take a fight?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think so
Dude.
too, because he's fucking crazy. He'll be like, "I'll fight anybody."
He's like,
"Bring it on."
He's like, you remember when I was grabbing him by the pussy? I'm gonna grab him by the balls. Like, he's gonna do straight up Ric Flair shit. Like, Galata, baby. So, just coming back to that Mortal Kombat thing, though, they did have developers that were in charge of making those fatalities get PTSD because they had to watch all those videos and put it together.
Oh.
Yeah.
They had to watch these gore videos and then try to recreate it for the game. See, that's too much.
See?
It's the point where it's not even entertaining. Like, even when I was a kid, I used to like playing Street Fighter and then playing Mortal Kombat. I'm like, what's the point of all this? It's not, I don't think it's the cool ripping your head off. Okay, big deal. Haha. You know?
Yeah. So I guess in order to do that, you gotta not only be one of those graphic designers, game designers, but you also have to love gore. So if you have those two, the combination, then then you can do that, get that job, you know, because this guy's you know, one of them wants to exit with the PTSD. Well, I don't know. I think you'd still want to stick around even after you got PTSD.
Hell no.
Get that paycheck at least. You know what I mean? That disability from Ed Boon and them. All right. So the next question I have for you, sir. How the hell do Shaolin monks do what they do? How are they able to do that shit?
I don't know.
Because it's like physically impossible, isn't it? Okay, so I've seen where they have like spears, right? Like they'll set spears on the ground, like 4 or 5 of them or something.
We're talking about Shaolin monks in Tibet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're able to like suspend themselves on the points of these spears where it's like right here on the legs and like one
and
here.
they lay on the points.
And they're just like, yeah.
What's the purpose? Just mind?
Yeah, I guess just for shock and awe. I really don't know. But yeah, I guess for meditation and pain, I don't know, like shutting that pain off, you know? I don't know. It's enlightenment, I guess, when you really want to get down to it. That's what they say it's for. But that, and then they kick themselves in the balls all day so they don't feel pain when you kick them in the nuts. You seen that?
Okay, do you think like there's priests that molest kids and stuff because they're not allowed to have sex with women or get married? Aren't monks like not allowed to have sex or okay?
Well,
do you think there are child molester? There are pedophile monks. Do you think there's pedophilia in the monk community?
I mean, it's possible.
Do you think it's possible that there's something messed up going like that because they're in the same boat?
It's possible, but if it
They're
is
like,
going
I've
on,
never seen a pussy, but I know what this looks like.
if it is going on, it's a well kept secret because they're
dude, it's
they
like
can't
a
even
super
speak.
well-kept
They can't even speak. They're like,
yeah, there you go. Nobody's gonna talk about it because
That's why they
can't talk about it.
That's why they tell them you're gonna have to take an oath of celibacy or an oath of silence or whatever when you come here. And they're like, okay, and they're like, all right, bend over, big boy. And they're like,
Is that why they do the silence? Because so they can't snitch. We just figured it out. We just solved the puzzle. We just solved the mystery.
That's all messed up.
If it even is a mystery.
And then the rest of their life, they're like,
that's why
they're like getting kicked in the nuts because they're like, oh, it's like, I can't believe that happened to me. No, I'm kidding.
I think that's why they have the vow of silence.
Yeah.
So you can never snitch on what's going to
all them
happen to you from the
secrets.
older monks.
Yeah.
Come here,
all
little
them
young
secrets.
monk.
Little monkey. Bring that monkey over here. Sorry.
That's how they do what they do. Just answered the question. They're so angry about what happened to them that they can't talk, so they lay on spears.
Yeah.
The pain helps
like,
them
just die.
process the anger.
Yeah, I think I saw one put like, actually, I remember now. He put it like on his neck and he was like, oh.
Why?
Because he's
God
hardcore. Because he wants to die. The man wants to die. No. All right. So last question here. Why aren't there any bidets in the U.S.? How come it's not a thing here? Because
I don't know.
when I was in,
I've never used one. Have you?
I have.
Okay.
I have, and those things.
And
are
how
amazing.
does that work? Okay, so
at first
like,
it was like weird. But
well, you got a bunch of without saying the word poop's gross. You got a bunch of you got a bunch of stuff around your bum hole, right?
Yeah.
Don't you have to get up to a certain PSI on that water to clean it all off? And wouldn't it hurt So isn't wiping the most effective method of cleaning it?
Definitely not.
That's kind of disgusting, but like
Definitely not.
you
just
think
smearing
squirting water all over it is what cleans it. I understand, but do you got to stick your hand down there and clean it?
No, you don't.
You're telling me that it has enough water pressure, it pressure washes your butthole, and you are shower clean.
The only thing you do need some toilet paper at the end just to dry it, right?
So you're not walking around with a wet butthole.
Unless you want to air dry that shit, you know. But no, it gets
Do you
it
think
clean.
if you're gay, like you enjoy that wet butthole feeling? You're like, ooh.
It fucking tickles. I'm not gonna lie. It fucking tickles, dude.
Okay, so I've used a wet wipe before, right? And I didn't finish it off with toilet paper. So what I do, right? Depending on the severity of the job, I have my toilet paper folded, ready. Sometimes if I'm in a public restroom and there's people around, instead of just sitting there like playing on my phone, I get my toilet paper ready, right? I get 4 dry wipes ready. I tear those things off and I fold them real neatly, stack them to where I could grab them individually.
Yeah, that's not OCD at all.
No, it's not. So that way, when it's time to start wiping, dude, I could just hit them one after another. Boom, boom. So what I'll do is I'll hit 2 or 3, right? And once they look pretty clean, I usually, if I got wet wipes, right? Or if I'm in a public restroom, I'll get some paper towels. I'll rip those bad boys off and I'll put them under the water
Paper
and wet them.
towels. Oh.
Paper towels.
Baby.
Dude, even those signs that say don't flush paper towels down the toilet, I'm like, don't tell me what to do, baby. This ain't my toilet.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, I'll wet those paper towels, squeeze them all out real good. And while I'm in there getting my dry toilet paper ready, dude, I will separate the paper towels over here and get them all ready. Boom, boom, boom. 3 dries, wet paper towel, wet paper towel. Once I'm sure that I'm clean, that last one, dry that bad boy up. Dude, fresh out of the shower, clean. Once you're done.
You're like,
dude,
you're like Jason Bourne.
You think I'm gonna
when it
walk
comes
around
to
with the dirty beehole? You think I'm Cardi B?
That's what I was gonna say. Like she could totally use the
I don't
bidet,
think
baby.
so.
Be like, ow.
You're nuts. Heck
Dude,
no,
so
dude. And my girlfriend knows that when I buy wet wipes, they're not all for the baby. Half of them are for daddy.
Hey, yeah, those not gonna lie, those wet wipes, they feel
Dude.
good. Like after that, you feel so fresh and so clean.
Just knowing that you could walk around and nobody's ever gonna know you just took a dump. But if you don't have any wet wipes, you for the rest of the day, you're like, I don't know if I'm as clean as I could be because I didn't have any wet wipes. You know what I mean? So that's not OCD. It's being a clean person.
Yeah. For your sake, right?
For my sake.
Unless somebody's eating that cake, you know what I mean? Then
Dude, let's just put it this way.
Don't leave any frosting.
Let's just put it this way. At my job, they got rid of all the paper towels. I don't know why. And they put hand blowers in there. But on the floor, they have these respirator wipes. And they're soap and water. And they come in this little aluminum... respirator wipes. And they're super wet. And they come in this little aluminum foil pouch or whatever. And I'll stick 3 or 4 of those bad boys in my pocket. And as soon as my escort sees me putting them in my pocket, they're like, you got to take a shit. And I'm like, you know me. Let's go. Dude. So you are really not supposed to flush those down the toilet, but they go down the toilet. I do not care. So.
Yeah. Have them
they're soap and water, alcohol free. They're like, dude, you're a savage. How are you? And I'm like, they don't have alcohol. They're like, I was going to say, you're wiping your beehole with alcohol? You're nuts. But if they did have alcohol in them, I'd be using them. I'd feel even cleaner. Yeah. And sanitized.
Be all dry, like just like.
Dude, all dried out.
Dry out that beehole, baby.
Do you have a dry beehole?
Gotta dry out that starfish, baby. Just leave it on the beach there, you know? Yeah, so so anyways, on the bidet, there's 2 settings, right? So there's one that like hits, like I'm talking Hawkeye, like lasered.
How do you not get water up your bum?
Well, at the time I was young and you know, and it was very tight.
Oh, right.
So like, yeah, it wasn't getting in there.
I don't know why it wouldn't be, but
yeah. But I feel like when you get older, it you know, kind of loosens up. You know.
Oh my god.
Just wear and tear, you know. No, but so yeah, it has one that goes laser eyed right to the brown eye, you know.
God dang.
And then there's one that's for the ladies.
Okay, so what if you're sitting too far forward on the toilet seat and it shoots up your back? Is that possible? or no? Or like it hits the bottom of your nuts.
You would have to literally.
What if it hits the bottom of your? You know, if you get hit in the nuts just right, it could be the slightest touch, and you're crippled for a couple minutes.
I think if you were sitting that far up where it was going to hit your back, then your nuts would literally be hanging outside of the bowl.
So it's not possible to do that.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not that I'm ever going to try it, but we'll see.
I thought it was nice, man. It was in Okinawa that I had that experience, and it was definitely weird at first, but they have little buttons here and just like, meow, meow, meow. Yeah, it's cool.
Ugh. People in there taking shits and touching those buttons, and you're in there touching those buttons as well. Did you wipe them off at least before you were messing with them? No.
I wash my hands after,
Dude,
baby.
I can tell right now. That was the first time you ever thought about that. God dang. So what's the two settings? You got one setting that's pressure washer on your beehole.
No,
what's the second one? A little bit softer?
No. They're both like, you can't really change. I don't think you can change the PSI on it because it was like.
I don't know, man. I still got to finish
perfectly-
it off with some wet wipes and dry toilet paper. I just don't trust a bead of water to fully do the job.
Oh, it
that's
does
like
the job,
washing your hands without soap.
Yeah, but it's just knocking all the shit off your ass, dude.
Oh, but you still got like particles, and you gotta wipe it clean.
And you feel like it's better wiped. You're just smearing that shit, just smearing
You're not
it. Like,
smearing it. I don't know. You don't
Smearing
have
it.
kids, so you've never like cleaned a dirty diaper or something. It all gets cleaned up.
I feel
You
like
still got to shower at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
don't be nasty, but I mean, it
with
all
water,
gets cleaned up.
with water.
So, okay, so what if you're like you're a beast of a man, you got a super hairy butthole and you get like shitloads of dingleberries. How do you clean all that properly using a bidet?
Well, you're definitely gonna need to use the
Pressure washer setting.
well, give it a long.
They call it like graffiti removal setting.
Yeah, you're gonna be you're gonna be hitting that for about 5 minutes straight, and then
5 minutes. Oh, so yeah. So how long are you sitting there with water squirting on your butthole? Or look, don't even lie. Okay, don't even lie right now. Did you shoot water on your butthole and it felt kind of good, so you just kept doing it for like a minute or two until you felt satisfied? Have you done that? Have you done
Next
that?
question. No, it like I said, it tickled, man. But like, and at first I was like, "What the shit?" But then, yeah, man, it was all right. I was like, "Okay, these people walking around with some clean buttholes out here." I got it.
God dang.
But yeah, no, I would definitely have one in my house if I was like a millionaire, or if I could afford it. You know, I don't really know if they sell them here, do they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen them at Home Depot.
I've never even been interested.
I have not seen them at Home Depot, so not
Okay,
that I go to
so-
Home Depot that often. But.
If aliens are real, aliens abduct you, right? What do they do to you in the spaceship? And do
Well-
they leave you awake or do they put you to sleep? And why on earth, what do they do to you and what's the reasoning? If aliens are real and they're super smart or whatever, or they're studying us, what are they doing? What do they do to you?
I don't know.
What do
man.
you think would happen?
Probably getting probed at least, you know. They want to see what's
But
up.
what's the
up in
reason?
there.
They want to see what we're eating,
Yeah.
so they take samples
They're
out
like,
of your
"Let-
beehole.
yeah, let's get a stool sample.
Oh shit!
I don't know, man.
They give out stool samples at the chair store. Yeah.
little stool.
Oh, do you guys have stool samples? Oh, dude, that would be funny. Go to a chair store. Can I get a stool sample?
Yeah, hold on. I'll be right
You're
back.
the
He
only
goes to
one
the
laughing.
restroom.
They're like, get this guy out of a store.
Yeah, get out of here, sir.
Manager to the front.
They're gonna point to the sign that says we refuse to do business with anyone. Or
It says
don't
no
wanna do it."
stool sample jokes.
It's like get out of here with your dad jokes.
You know what? One gay guy said to the other at the bar.
What's that?
Can I push in your stool? Okay, that's enough before
that's
we
enough,
offend
baby.
somebody.
All right.
So what do aliens do to you? Or if they're real. Okay. Alien, you're driving along you come across alien wreckage, right? For sure, it's some kind of UFO and there are alien bodies. Okay. Are you going to pull out your phone and start calling friends, or are you immediately going to notify authorities and then What are you going to do? Since you know that there's always alien cover-ups, aliens are right in front of you. What are you going to do?
Definitely take a photo. Yeah, definitely take video.
Get it on some kind of cloud.
I'm gonna get
immediately
I'm gonna get a
and make a
stick.
bunch of copies.
I'm gonna get a stick and I'm gonna start poking at it, and then I'm gonna turn it over and
I
be
didn't
like,
think
"All right,
about
guys,"
that.
and I'm gonna be like, "All right, guys, now it's our turn."
It's our turn to probe you.
Yeah, and then that's when I cut the video because I don't want to, viewer discretion advised kind of thing, But so that's what I do, and then I guess I don't even know if I'd call the authorities really because I don't want them knowing that I know. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
I would just take off. I would jet off. What about you? What would you do?
I don't know. I definitely would not call the authorities right away. I think I would be taking lots and lots of pictures of them, and I would print a bunch of copies. I'd put several different clouds. I would make a bunch of digital copies, and I wouldn't say a word. And I would wait to see when the authorities finally get to it, what happens. And then if nothing comes about, start hiring lawyers and all kinds, start figuring out how to make a living off this.
What would you do if after you took
I would be inspecting the spaceship. I would go in there.
That's a good yes.
Okay.
All right.
I think if there was an injured alien in there,
Mm-hmm.
if there was an injured alien in there,
Mm-hmm.
and if it wasn't hostile, if it's hostile and it's trying to fight me, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it can do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to kill it with some type of like weapon. I'm gonna try to like hit it over the head and kill it, or if I have a gun, I'm gonna shoot it because I'm not gonna die trying to get this thing alive. But if it's friendly, I'm gonna trick it, like I'm gonna help it, and then I must find a way to like lock it in the car or something, or knock it out long enough to like wrap it in a blanket and drive it somewhere to get it in a cage or something.
Yeah. To the nearest news station.
Well, I'm gonna get all my evidence first and then try to drop it off somewhere or something without my name being attached. But I'm gonna get in that spaceship and I'm start taking pictures of everything. And I'm nosy as shit. So I'm gonna try to figure everything out about it. Not figure everything out, but I'm gonna take pictures of everything and be like a kid in a haunted in an abandoned house. Just like you ever been in an abandoned building? You're just like your sense of curiosity explodes. I'm gonna be like that. For sure. And then after all that, I'm going to start worrying how much radiation poisoning I have and how long I have to live. Like, no joke.
Yeah, man. All right, baby.
Well, we're at 27 minutes. Okay.
It's good enough
You're
for me.
driving along. No, we got to go to 30.
Okay.
30 minutes is the limit.
All right. Push it to the limit.
How often when you're driving on the highway, right? How often when you're driving on the highway, how many people do you think in your life, since you've been driving, have you passed that had a body in the trunk? They just killed somebody and they had blood all over them or something. They just got done murdering somebody. They were on their way to murder somebody. They had a vehicle full of drugs.
Damn.
Or they were about to get murdered and didn't know. Like you saw them and then they were murdered like, 20 minutes later. How many times in your life do you think you've been like driving past somebody or sitting next to them in a car, or you've been at a light and you're literally right next to a serial killer and you have no clue?
Dang. Or someone's kidnapped in the back
Or there's somebody like tied up in the back or something.
Damn.
Because
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I know, but I think about it a lot. I'm like, is this person a serial killer? And it's always the people who don't look like it that are, you know?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Could be a decent chance, man, honestly.
So like, dude, okay. How many people live in San Antonio?
I'm not sure. 1 million, I guess.
A million?
Should
Are
we
you
look,
crazy?
Should we look
That's
that
like
up?
1 million in 1990, dude.
Really?
Yeah. There's like 3 million people in San Antonio. It's like the 7th largest city in the United States, bro.
Let's see here. And then we're so close to Mexico too.
Yeah, San Antonio population.
Oh, 1.4 million.
1.4, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Out of 1.4 million, how many serial killers do you think are are on the loose, right? Because if they murder like hookers and prostitutes, they usually don't announce it on the news or nothing. It's still like that, even though it's like a stigma. It's still like that.
I would say about
The only reason I know this
5
is
to
because
10%.
I know somebody. I know one person who's like a cop in a police department that is like one of the top people.
Mm-hmm.
I know another person who's a CSI investigator, and I know another person who's a paramedic. And all of them have said they find bodies almost every single day. And you only hear about it on the news. Like 1 out of every 10 or 15 bodies actually shows up on the news, but they find bodies all the time.
Damn.
So if that's real, right? If that's the actual case, how many serial killers do you think, like realistically, are in the United States or in San Antonio that there's just not enough investigators to start putting the puzzle pieces together? They're like getting away with murder. They gotten away with it for years, and nobody's ever pursued them because it was just like hookers or whatever, or homeless people.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you think it's possible?
Oh, for sure. Especially with the homeless people and the hookers thing, because I feel like they might not even report that kind of stuff because I don't think a lot of people are really interested unless it was like a serial killing type thing, But like, how many people are out there killing, multiple times before they get caught, like just one after the other. I feel like a lot of those killings are probably more like crimes of passion. They probably know those people and maybe they caught them cheating.
Right. She's all laughing.
Yeah.
Like the dude's like trying to bang her and she starts giggling and he loses his mind and kills her.
Yeah.
So how many hookers do you think you've slept with that got murdered?
At least, no, I'm just kidding.
Podcast number 8.
Yeah.
This one went a little bit better.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Caffeine's a miracle. Caffeine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, baby. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the content. We'll see you next time.